The evidence seems to indicate that you're watching dolly vision.
Chopping up dolly pieces, dreaming real. Two crime scene blast that feels so unreal. YouTube madness like share, subscribe. Jack's on fire, burning the world's fire. Where's the baby missing shadows crawl? People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, there's the route unknown. Dolly vision headlines, king of peace. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shouting, echoes in the night. Mark the truth while live on air light. Chopping up dolly pieces, dreaming real. True crime scene blast that feels so unreal. YouTube madness like share, subscribe. Jack's on fire, burning the world's fire. Where's the baby missing shadows crawl? People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, there's the route unknown. Dolly vision headlines, king of peace. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shouting, echoes in the night. Mark the truth while live on air light.
What is up, YouTube? It is good to see you guys jumping in the chat room. I figured I'd come live and do a little bit of late night dolly talk. Okay, a little late night dolly talk. Well, it's late night on the East Coast. It's 2:04 on the East Coast. So what does that make it here? 11 o'clock on the West Coast. So I wanted to tap in and thank everybody that has tuned in the last couple days for the Emmanuel Haro case, right? Everybody that tuned in today for the prayer vigil, which was absolutely beautiful. The community came together and it was a ton of people out there saying prayers, talking about the family and, of course, the missing baby. And it was just really good vibes. But let me tell you, I am wore out today. I am wore out. But today was a good day. And now it is officially Dolly's birthday. Okay. Officially Dolly Day. Okay. We got to go into Hollywood tomorrow and change the sign from Hollywood to Dollywood, at least for a day. At least for a day, right? So if you're just tuning in, definitely like the video. We hit 80,000 people, over 80,000. So in the last week, we have grown at least 6,000 people, which is super awesome. And you can help that by subbing up the channel, ringing the bell for notifications, right? And don't forget to like the video just in case you go missing. Somebody's going to have to get out there and spread awareness about you. And Dolly will do that, but y'all at least better like the video first. So I just wanted to touch in on this case, because Emmanuel is not found. So this fight is not over, right? It's not over. So let me give my warnings before we get into talking about people. Well, they're going to prison forever. They can't sue me. So the hell with the warnings. Just don't try to be Dolly at home, and everybody's innocent to proven guilty. So, there was some news that came out today on News Nation, and it was about finding blood in the house soaked into the carpet. And they're saying it was a good amount of blood. Now, I never noticed them take any carpet out of the house, but people were telling me, Dolly, they took some carpet out of the house. So News Nation was reporting that There was blood. Not only that, but when they went into the house, they had already got rid of all of Emmanuel's clothes and all of his pictures. Okay, which is absolutely bizarre, especially if you're trying to fake like this kid got kidnapped, but you done threw all his stuff away or got rid of all his stuff, all his pictures. What family don't have pictures of their kid? And we noticed that even when they put the pictures out for, the missing child, that there wasn't very many of them. And the kid never looked happy in any of the pictures. This baby's right around 8 months old, and the parents are just monsters, right? Am I froze on your screen, guys? For some reason, I am froze on my screen, on my end. Do y'all see me moving? Everything freeze up on us? Okay, did we lose internet? All right, what is going on here? Everything froze on my end. Okay, I'm back. Okay, damn, I don't know what happened. My whole stuff froze up. Frozen. Okay, well, we should be back now. Good. The parents are sitting in jail right now where they belong. They should have been there. I don't know. We can't be super impatient. They're there now. But would you know the history of these two people? And we already know pretty much they're going to blame each other. So right now we don't have the baby's body, right? They got blood. They have enough evidence to arrest him for the murder, but they do not have the body. Now there's a lot of videos that are coming out that there people are saying that across from the Big Five, there's video of her possibly falling in the parking lot and then getting up and then reporting the baby missing. I haven't seen all those details because I've been so busy out here live streaming. I'm trying to catch up on what, the rumors, the gossip, the speculation, right? A little bit. So either way we look at it, the police have put out a report saying they believe that this child is deceased. So they have been arrested with no body, okay, with no body found, which means they're going to have very little physical evidence unless that, there's blood. Now, if there's enough blood, you can determine, okay, that could enough blood to cause somebody's death. Because the important thing about this is not the arrest. It's if they get convicted. All right. That's the most important thing. But it came perfect timing for me anyway, because, I didn't want to really sit out there tomorrow. I would have spent my birthday right in front of that house screaming baby killer if I had to. But I was just praying to little baby Jesus. I was like, little baby Jesus, let them get these people today, right? I was praying for it today. I was even out there telling people, I was like, tomorrow is my birthday, which is now. And I really don't want to be out here, but I will if I got to, right? Because I think it's important to put the pressure on these people, let them know the whole time. The sign said it best out there. No baby, no peace. And a lot of people, the haters that don't get this, fighting for these children, they're like, oh, people are disturbing the neighbors. Listen, when it comes to these babies, the neighbors should be out there with us, okay? They should be aligned with us. Thank you for your super sticker. What is it? Oh, it's just a sticker. It don't say anything. Okay, but thank you, Sue. Is that what it says? Okay, thank you so much. So the neighbors should be out there standing beside you, mad about this baby also, because we know it takes a village to raise a child, right? And the one mad neighbor that they did have, most of the neighbors were out there. They were standing out there talking to the people, hanging out. The one neighbor that confronted the big homie, on the Tita, however you say his channel, he didn't come out. He did come out and drive out, but the whole time the crowd was out there tonight, he didn't come out. He didn't spray nobody with no water hoses or, anything crazy. So it was, you know, we seen the little confrontation between the neighbor and the big homie, right? Which I'm glad he is doing better. He had been posting today, so he is okay. He just got a little heated, and I guess with the chemo he's going through, he passed out. So we're gonna reach out to him. I don't know, probably when I get back to Virginia and try to bring him on to the show. All right, and just so we can talk to him on a normal, calm kind of basis where it ain't a lot of screaming and a lot of crazy stuff going on, and talk to him about how he got started and just find out a little bit more about him. And definitely, keep him in your prayers because he's battling, cancer, and I wouldn't wish that on my biggest enemy, right? So, and I ain't really got no enemies. So I can't, I don't wish harm on any single soul out here. There's some people in the YouTube streets that I don't agree with, but I don't hate anybody on this planet, right? Y'all, my brothers and sisters. Some of you I don't mess with as much, and some of you I hang out with, right? That's just the way I look at it. As they have a prayer vigil tomorrow, are they still having a prayer vigil tomorrow? Carrie, I don't know. I am going to be in Hollywood, somewhere with air conditioning. Okay, that's all I know is for tomorrow. Yeah, I'm probably going to ride down the coast and enjoy a little tiny bit of California while I'm here. The hard part basically is over unless something pops up and they're searching for his body at a location. What did that say? Hold on. I keep forgetting this laptop's touchscreen. I'm trying to use the mouse, but all you got to do is touch the screen. $2 birthday holla. Happy birthday, Dolly. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I finally did put some gas in the car. I almost ran out of gas on the way back to the hotel, but I stopped and filled the car up. So that's a plus. So thank you guys for everybody that's been helping me out along the way. That is great of you. So if something pops up and there's like a crime scene or, they're on location somewhere and they're searching, you never know. I may pop up. Okay. I'm just going to play it by ear, but I am going to take tomorrow off. So I'm going to be here Sunday also, and I'm probably going to fly out on Monday back to VA, or I may stop in Vegas for a day to see my sister because I'm so close to where she's at. I don't know yet, though. It all depends on how everything goes and how tired I am. So I'm probably going to head out around from here Monday. Thank you for your holla. I don't even want to murder your name, but thank you for your super chat. So, but if something pops up, I don't know. It's going to be hard to do anything tomorrow because, like I said, I'm going to go into the city. I will stream with you guys just to hang out because, I don't know anybody in damn LA. So I don't know anybody in Harley. Well, I know a lot of people now in Cali, right? I met a lot of great people here. Let me tell you, all you viewers out there in Cali and all the people I've met out here, I have to say the people in California are super nice, good people. And it was awesome to meet a lot of you. Very welcoming people, from all different cultures and nationalities. I've heard it nationalities. Okay. But super, super good people. And I enjoyed hanging out with you out here. I wish it was under better circumstances, but, I am kind of like a plague doctor. If I come to your town, it's most likely something bad. And that kind of sucks. But, today, I don't want to say it was a good day because we're still missing this baby. But it was a better day. Okay, a better day today. I love Terrifier 2 Turtles. Oh yeah, Terrifier is like my movie. Um, so it was a better day today. We still got to get these people convicted. And look, usually in cases like this, they won't even be in court to like, we'll see some preliminaries, but they won't even be in court for like a year. And let's just hope that when they go to court, I believe they're going to court Monday or Tuesday. Depending on what time the flight is, or if I leave Monday, I just definitely need to be home by the first. Okay, before the first. So I have a few days if anything pops up that I can kill. Right? I don't know if that's a word to use tonight, kill, but I got a little time to kill before. I just need to be back home by the first. So I don't know if I'm going to cover them going to court or not because I might be on the airplane. But of course, once I get back to the studio and everything goes kind of back to normal, and I can play a lot of videos and bring all the information flooding in, I can cover it like that. So I don't know exactly how everything's going to play out tomorrow. I mean, I will go live with y'all, and because it is my birthday, and I look at most of you guys like my friends and family. So, on my birthday, I like to keep everything pretty calm and hang out with my friends and family. So that is you guys, and of course PJ, but PJ's 3,000 miles away. So, uh, it is what it is, right? So, but we knew this was important. Justice for this baby was important. So that's what brought me out here. Um, she's going to get more black eyes in prison. Well, what if she talks? What if she testifies against Jake? What did they do? She can easily play the battered woman card, right? Let's be honest, the battered woman card, because the lady's walking around with black eyes and she's definitely abused. Does that give her an excuse? I'm not trying to give this lady an excuse at all. She should have talked when she was down there at the police station. If she would have, she wouldn't be in jail right now, right? She might not have lost all her other kids, but they gave her an opportunity to speak and tell, and she didn't. Now even some of the stuff I was talking with some of the young people out there at the prayer vigil tonight, and they were talking about, he blamed his last wife for his child being hurt. And I was like, yeah, but I don't know if that's going to work because he has such a bad criminal record of domestic violence, assault. Let's see what this says. Restored Faith. Happy birthday. Well, thank you, Restored Faith. He has such a bad criminal history, and she has no criminal history. And he's going to blame her. He's going to blame her. He blamed his last ex-wife, okay? So he's going to blame this one. And this woman is one of these stand by my man type of women, right? Which they're out there, no matter what they do wrong, they just go with it, right? Because I don't know what they feel like they can't find a better man or anything like that, but she seems like she's going to stand by his side as the ship sinks. And when I mean the ship sinks, I mean that bitch sunk tonight. It's right to the bottom of the ocean, and she was on it with him. Like, I'm not an expert in battered women syndrome or anything like that. I think it's terrible that somebody could beat on a woman like this or a kid like this. But we got that Stockholm syndrome and stuff like that. So, I mean, a lawyer is going to argue for her. And then we don't know how the baby died. Apparently, if there is a lot of blood, like News Nation is saying, then it was something pretty brutal, right? If it soaked all into the carpet like it's being alleged. I guess we won't know until all that information comes out, truly. Let's see what this says. Let's see. Somebody's been a member for, oh, you're a new member. Christine, mom of two. Thank you for being a member. That is awesome, baby. It's a great way to keep Dolly alive. Okay. So, what is going to happen if they start pointing the finger at each other, which we know is coming? It's kind of the same thing that Adam Montgomery and Kayla Montgomery did. For some of you guys that are just tuning in, and this is like your first true crime case, because a lot of people have been adding me from California, and you guys are awesome. But if you're new to this kind of thing, right? And some of you may be all into true crime. I don't know, right? I'm just saying for the new people that are here. This is exactly what Adam Montgomery and Kayla did. They started pointing the fingers at each other. He was saying she did it. He was saying she was saying he, they were saying each other did it. And then, of course, Adam Montgomery went down for it, and Kayla is walking the streets right now. But the crazy thing about Kayla, too, was she had two kids of her own. But she was okay with Adam beating his kid. But she could, she basically watched this little girl get beat to death, and they did nothing really to her, I think it's going to be something similar in this with him, Jake blaming Rebecca and Rebecca blaming Jake. And of course, they're going to say that this baby accidentally died somehow. Okay. Because then that takes first degree murder off the table, and they'll, may take a plea deal. I don't see them walking from this with the circumstantial evidence that's in play. I just don't see them walking. Even like we had something similar in Virginia with Cody Bixby. I sat in court with Cody Bixby's dad, Corey, and he was convicted in 30 minutes with almost zero evidence. Okay? It's the thought of hurting a baby in people's minds is enough for them to convict you right there. Right? They know when you go into court and that jury sits there, they know in the first few minutes if they're going to convict you or if they're not. Okay? I think it's one of those quick processes. You either lean one way or you lean the other way. And it don't take but one woman to feel sorry for this lady, because listen, guys, a bunch of you guys are women. Now, how many of you guys in here have been abused? I guarantee there's a lot. And that's horrible. It shouldn't even be like that, but it has. So women sympathize with other abused women. And it don't take but one of them people, and next thing you know, she walks. Now, him? Oh, not a chance in hell. He's done. Okay? Jake is done. I mean, well done. He's done. People don't feel sorry for men. They just don't. Right? We don't got it like that. But people do feel sorry for women. I get told all the time that I'm a woman simp, that I feel sorry for women. Because I've seen women be treated so badly by men that I feel bad for them. I'm like, I believe them when they say it, because I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen dudes treat their women like pure tea dog doo-doo, right? I've seen them abuse them or treat them real badly. And women, and a lot of times you can't get into it because, you got them couples, if you try to say something, then they both get mad at you, right? But most women, this is the bad part, most women want this bad boy until you get one. Then you're like, damn, I should have called that nice guy back. And like me, people tell me all the time I got to touch the fire. PJ, she'll be like, you got to touch the fire. You got to learn everything the hard way. And I think that's similar to some of you ladies out there, that you have to learn it the hard way, and then you realize, well, damn, I probably should have did a criminal background check on this guy, or checked his mental record to see if he was schizophrenic or whatever it may be. But there's no way this lady has been with this dude for as long as she has and not seen any violence in it. And listen, when that man put his hands on her the very first time, she should have left. She should have got up and left. Now, there's no excuse for a man to be beating on a woman, but as a woman, soon as that dude is gone to the store or he's gone somewhere, you need to get away from that quickly and get your kids away from it. Because, all these dudes will tell you, oh, I'm going to change. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. They may one day, 50 years from now, right, when they get old. But for the most part, they're not going to change. And a lot of times you stay with these people, you end up dead. We've seen it so many times and times before. Just right before I came out here, I was covering a situation right where I lived, where the dude had a protective order on him. He went over to his girlfriend's house. They started fighting. He shot 2 police officers, and he shot her in the head and killed her. Now, sometimes that domestic violence paper they give you don't keep you safe, right? But in them situations, you got to get away from that person, even if it's hiding or leaving your home or trying to find somewhere else to go. It's just not a good route. It's just not a good route. Hit the thumb, show Dolly some love. Yeah, and give him all the love in the world because his parents sure didn't. Yes, and I remember when I first started this, I was looking for Summer Wells so much, and I was spending so much time on the Summer Wells. And my daughter asked me, she was young, she was like, why do you care so much about this little girl? And I told her, I said, Tiff, I care about this little girl because nobody else does. And when I said that, I don't mean the internet. I know there's a lot of caring people on the internet, and there's a lot of people that do care about Summer Wells. I was referring to, when I said that to her, is about her parents. I care because they didn't. The people that should have loved her and protected her. What happened here? I'm froze. I'm froze up. How did I freeze? What did I do? What did I do? Okay, what did I do? I'm froze. How the hell did I do this? All right, let me go. I don't know what's going on with my internet. This is what happens when you stay in a crack hotel. It ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. I did see somebody walk by sideways though. Like, I don't know if they were on that trank or whatever drug they were on, but I literally looked like a zombie. I was like, is the zombie apocalypse starting? So I ain't gonna be here with y'all guys too much longer. I do got to get some rest, and that heat took a lot out of me. I just wanted to come up here and discuss, the whole thing about what is going to happen in this case when they start pointing the fingers at each other, and what if she tells them where the body's at and says he did it, and then she testifies on him, and they give her a deal. Would y'all be okay with that? That's my question to you guys in the chat, in the comment box after this. Would y'all be okay with her testifying against him and her walking or taking a really light sentence? Or, because me, I don't know. Why does my stuff keep freezing? My internet is terrible. All right, let's see what is going on here. Damn it. Damn it. Okay. I don't know what is going on with my internet, but that I guess that's a sign for me to carry my ass to bed. So basically, what my question is for you guys to leave in the comment boxes down below after this video ends. Could y'all live with that if she testified against her for a lighter sentence? Or, oh my God, this thing just keeps freezing no matter what I do. All right, guys. It's just going to keep doing that to me, freezing. So I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a good night. Tell me in the comment box down below what you think should happen. Is this woman battered, and are they going to offer her a plea deal to testify against him? Would it, if she told where the baby was at and testified with him against him, could y'all deal with her having a lighter sentence? Because they're going to end up striking a deal with somebody. You know, they always make a deal with the devil, which is terrible. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Y'all have a great night. And just remember this, if nobody else does, Dolly loves you guys. Peace.